Today I'm going to show you a little bit of how I made Jake Vaadeland's notebook. This is how I make all of them, but Jake was the most recent, so that's more exciting. When I start a notebook, I have an envelope for each person and I write their name on it in pencil so that I can rub it out and use that envelope again later. And because I had a limited time to make Jake's notebook, I actually borrowed some pages from notebooks that were intended for other people. And in the end, I don't think that saved me much time because I only had 6 of them. And now I have to make up for those 6 pages elsewhere, so it just made more work. But I didn't know. I thought I was doing myself a favor. So now you can see that I've been tracing, and I have a card that is 3 by 4 inches, and I use that same card over and over again until it's like too worn out, and then I get a new one. You can see I trace more than one on each piece of paper if I was able to, and so one of those would be for Jake, and then one would be for somebody else. Jake's covers were made out of material that I haven't used before. I don't even know what it is. It's some type of plastic or vinyl. It used to be a pocket inside of another notebook that I had. The only thing I didn't like about this was I could not see my pencil lines that I made, so I had to go over it with a pen, and that was very nerve-wracking because you can see like I'm not very steady, so I was worried that the pen would slip and then there would be a very noticeable mark, but I think I did okay. Now I'm cutting this out with a paper cutter, and if anybody wants to buy me something for Christmas, you could buy me paper cutter blades because I cut out so many that they don't last very long, and they are Fisker's blades style like eyeball, but it's the letter I. Then once I have a decent pile of pages, I start to make holes so I can keep track of how many that I need to do afterwards. I didn't film the hole making process because that takes way too much concentration and I didn't want to think about, oh, can the iPad see what I'm doing? So I just took photos. You can look up online how the mini cinch works, but basically you slide your paper in wherever it needs to go and then pull the lever down. Then I assembled the book on a wire, which I also did not film, but I have a video called Notebook for Heather Part 2, which shows how that works. Then when you're done that, it goes back into the machine on the opposite side of where the ruler is, and the lever acts as the binding tool. So it goes down the same way you would for the paper, but on the opposite side, and then it's done. Then I make a time-lapse video for the book, and what you don't see, it always has a little page that says scan the QR code to watch a video about how this was made, so I have to make the video before I can make a QR code, and I put that in, and I think all of the books so far have used paper from Stampin' Up, so I do have to put in a label saying that those are copyrighted for them. That's just a rule that they have. And in this book, I added a skull sticker that says it's still good, and I have a post on my Instagram about why I did that, so you can look that up. And then at the very end, I put in a little note for Jake at the front of the book, which I do for most people, and my printing has improved since I've been doing this, so that's good. I didn't realize on the back of the paper there was like little pink flowers, and myself, I'm not a big flower person, so that was kind of like, ew, I don't like it, but maybe Jake didn't notice. So that's the end of my behind the scenes video. Thank you to Jake for having patience with me, for tagging him on Instagram so many times. I hope you like your book.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, nice.